Hey everyone! Today I'll walk you through how to print and play my new game, 13 Nightmares. Let's start with the printing. I prefer 250-gram paper because it gives the boards a solid, premium feel. This 30-sheet pack is from a local print shop. You'll need to print 3 pages in landscape mode and at high quality. Of course, the print quality is up to you, but I don't mind using extra ink since I've got an EcoTank printer. It's been a huge upgrade for me after a year of printing my games at a print shop. If you enjoy print and play games, I can honestly recommend getting one. It's basically my own game printing factory at home now. And believe it or not, this was the cheapest model in the store, and still one of the best investments I've made. Let's prepare the game boards. The dashed lines will guide your cuts. I just use regular scissors, though some people prefer craft blades or guillotine trimmers. I'm not sure I need one. I also use this little corner cutter I bought online last year. Still works perfectly. Let's clean up and grab a few tokens from whatever game you've got around. I use pieces from Raiders of Scythia, and they work great. We won't need many tokens, maybe up to 10, depending on the dream. Each board represents a dream, a standalone minigame with its own rules, built around one of your fears: falling, drowning, spiders, and more, all hyperbolized into a surreal, dreamlike challenge. The basic edition includes 5 dreams, while the all-in version features 14 dreams, including 1 bonus game. Your hero board ties all dreams into a single evolving story. Across your journey, you'll collect objects, gain focus points, and distribute insight tokens across 6 dice-mitigating abilities that help you bend luck, break loops, and push deeper into the dream world. Before investing my insight token into a skill, I want to choose my first dream. I start off pretty weak, with just 1 insight and 0 focus. That means I should pick a dream that needs less dice mitigation, offers more focus bonuses, or is simply easier to complete. This way, I can make progress and earn something even if I fail. Any points or objects I collect will help me in the dreams that follow. I'm playing the basic version today, so I have 5 dreams to choose from. I'm starting with a dream called Buried Alive as my first challenge. It's a relatively simple game where I can earn a couple of focus points and show you the basics. I don't expect to beat it in one go. I put my only insight into Reroll All, which I think is the most useful skill for this dream. Buried Alive is a dream where you must dig your way out of a grave. Starting from the bottom, roll 3 dice and place them into the 3 squares. Then, roll 3 more dice and arrange them so that the sum of each pair of opposite dice matches the indicated number. Let's see how it works. Not the best roll. I can't advance on the left side since I can't reach 12, even with a 6. The other 2 sides are fine. I will not re-roll, even though I could. I'll save that ability for next roll. Not bad. Good range of numbers. Out of these 3 dice, I can use the 5 to advance on the right side. 2 plus 5 equals 7. I move up 1 layer and land on a focus icon, earning my first focus point. Focus points let me reassign insight tokens at any time, or even set 1 die, or all dice, to any numbers I need. From this point on, I can only move up to squares 3 and 11. I roll and assign numbers for the soil, then roll again for digging. I pick a 6, and 6 plus 5 gives me 11, so I move up to square 11. On the next turn, I manage to advance to number 6, but then I fail. I hit a bottleneck and needed a total of 4, since I couldn't reach 11 from that position. Even my reroll ability didn't help. That ends my first quick attempt. I'll come back to this dream later, once I have more insight, objects, or focus points. I didn't find the key needed for the chase game, but at least I earned 1 focus point, which should help in my next dream. Yeah, let's play the chase game. It's called Don't Look Back. You know that shadowy figure that used to chase you on the way back from the toilet at night? This dream is exactly about that. To survive, you have to make it back to your bed. Each turn, you roll 2 dice, and can take up to 2 steps if possible. The monster moves 1 step toward you every turn, whether you move or not. My first roll isn't great, and I don't want to use a 2 and move closer to the monster, so I decide to use my reroll ability. It can be used once per turn. I roll a 6. Much better. At least I can take 1 step. The monster moves as well. The rules are very easy, but surviving is not, especially without the key from a previous dream, which lets you open doors here, or the feather from the drowning dream, which gives you an extra die. I move through the corridors and even earn a focus point. Let me show you how to use it. Focus point found. Nice. On the next turn, I'm not happy with my roll, but I know that if I switch my insight to -1, I'll be able to move to tile number 2. That change also gives me more control over my movement in the stream, so instead of using reroll, I reassign my insight to -1. That change cost me 1 focus point. I make 2 steps at once using both dice. And yeah, I find another focus point. Even though I had to take the longest route, I managed to grab the fork for the first dream I played today, Buried Alive. Now I have a better chance of succeeding there. I had to spend more focus points during the run to switch to the +1 ability and back to -1, but it was worth it. I honestly didn't expect to beat it on my first try, but eventually I reached the bed and completed this dream. Lucky? Maybe, but I saw the numbers ahead and switched wisely between +1 and -1 when needed. I just won and earned 1 insight. I'll assign it once I pick my next dream. Buried Alive! Attempt number 2! Okay, I invest my new insight point in the Reroll All ability. Being able to choose between 2 abilities gives me more flexibility and saves focus points. I also have a fork, which lets me take my white dice roll and move directly to a matching number, ignoring the normal addition rules in the stream. I think I have a good shot at winning this time. Turns out, I was wrong. Hit the midsection again and lost 1 more time. Even fork didn't help. I'll try the stream again after I have full focus points. That should help. My next game is the Drowning Dream, a more complex challenge where I have to push through water creatures and reach the surface. I can earn some focus points here and try to grab the feather, an item needed for another tough dream called the Airborne Maze. Maybe I'll even beat this one in a single run. Who knows? I start here and roll 2 dice for my dice pool. I can use any of these rolls against creatures during encounters for a strategic advantage, or roll a random die, but then I lose my pool and have to rely on luck and abilities. It's better to keep some dice handy, just in case. Before we see how it works, I'll use my Reroll All ability. Great. There are 2 types of creatures and 1 type of obstacle in this dream. First, the piranha. When you land on it, you can either move where it indicates, or, if you want to go a different way, fight it. To defeat the piranha, roll a die and then use any die from your pool that is equal to or higher than the enemy roll. Alternatively, instead of using your dice pool, you can roll a random die for your strength, but you'll lose your entire dice pool. This method is useful if you have no dice left or if your pool is too weak. I decide to fight the fish and win without much trouble. After the encounter, I want to move here and collect a focus point on my way, and the path ahead clears all the way to the bubbles, allowing me to recharge my dice pool. Now I have 2 dice in my inventory again. It's time to figure out how to reach the feather. It will help me during the Airborne Maze dream. I decide to swim along this path. Note that this fish is facing a spike. If I lose the fight, it will push me onto the spike and I'll lose the game. I have to defeat this one. Oh, all right, all good. I use my +1 ability to match the enemy's roll and win the fight. My next step brings me to a jellyfish. When you land on it, you can either move to any of the 3 hexes below it, or, if you want to go in a different direction, fight it. To defeat the jellyfish, roll a die and then use any die from your pool that is equal to the enemy's roll. I don't fight this time and simply move where it pushes me. This move saves my dice. Not all creatures have to be fought in this dream. They don't harm you unless they push you onto spikes. I add the feather to my inventory. Now it's time to swim to the surface. I can recharge my dice pool whenever I land on the bubbles, so I make a quick stop here. Then I use my reroll ability to slightly increase my chances of survival. A few turns later, my dice pool was depleted. I lost a fight with a piranha, which pushed me onto the spikes and ended the dream. The next dream was about gigantic spiders, the nest. It's one of the most challenging ones, requiring more strategic thinking and less luck. The goal is methodical. Push 4 spiders away from a child figure trapped in the center. I won't disclose its secrets in this video, and I lost anyway. Turns out, I can't always beat my own game. But I'll show you the last game in the set. It's also on the tougher side, But this time, I have the feather, which should give me an edge. This dream is called the Airborne Maze. The goal is to collect 4 wings, 1 in each corner. You move from creature to creature by rolling the indicated total, and each creature has its own movement pattern. It might sound abstract at first, so watch me play. It'll make much more sense in action. I set up the board. These 2 tokens represent my wings. If I lose both of them, I fall, and the dream is over. So technically, I only have 1 mistake to spare. I start on the octopus in the center. To move from here, I need to roll a total of 6 to 9. The octopus has no specific movement pattern, so I can move to any adjacent tile if I succeed. Player can roll a maximum of 3 dice in this game, but since I found the feather in the drowning dream, I now can roll 4 dice. I stop after rolling 2. I've reached the required total and can choose where to move. I really want to take the balloon. This item can save me in this dream. Having it in my hand, I can add 3 points to my total. It also helps in the drowning dream. Picking it means I can try that game again with a better chance of winning. It takes me a bit of time to figure out the best path, considering the creature's movement patterns. This fish requires 11. And I roll exactly 11 without any modifications. Wow. I move 2 tiles to the right and land on another one. Yes! 7 is good. Our total is between 5 and 8 as required. I land on a frog. It requires 8 to 9 to pass. And I roll 7. +1 for my insight ability, and I have the required 8. You got the idea. Let's skip the rest. It wasn't easy, even with all the items I had. I grabbed the balloon, but lost my wings shortly after, failing my first attempt. I restarted the dream and, knowing I no longer needed the balloon, focused on collecting the wings in the corners. It was quite a challenge, and I had to juggle my insight tokens back and forth several times. Luckily, there were some focus points hidden behind the creatures here and there. I lost a wing once, but I managed to reach the last corner and complete the dream. It was a real brain-tickling experience, and I loved every moment of it. As you can see, all dreams are unique, vary in difficulty, and there's a lot to explore in this surreal dream universe I've designed for you. Each time you try, you grow stronger, and never forget.
In this universe, there's no true escape.
You keep falling deeper into the dreams, confronting your fears again and again until you conquer them all and finally wake up. The all-in version includes many more dreams, along with a campaign tracker sheet so you can track your progress and pause the game, returning whenever you're ready to dive back in. If you're curious to try it yourself, grab the game via the link in the description. Thanks for watching!